guys, what's up? My name is Anita, and if you're watching me for the first time, thank you for watching this video, for visiting my channel, and welcome to Slate with Anita. You're watching me on a Thursday, and today I'm going to share some conversations with you, right? I've been thinking, and I was noticing that there's a set of people who've been really able to do a lot during this whole COVID crisis or this whole global pandemic situation, and then there are these set of people who are like just withering away. And while I was having these conversations, there are some snippets that I'll share, and I'll tell you why I'm sharing those snippets. Okay. For example, yesterday I met this friend of mine and I asked, "Hey, how's lockdown treating you?" Okay, and that's kind of like the official question, right? These days, you don't really ask people probably how you doing. You end up, or even if you're asking, you indirectly mean, okay, how is lockdown been treating you, or how have you been through this whole COVID situation? And very surprisingly, that person told, "What lockdown?" And just the way and just the tone in which he responded with that question really made me think, because I was like, no, and you surely you can't ignore what's happening around you, right? And he was like, no, I seriously don't know what you're talking about. What I want to do is I want to just continue being good, doing good work, so that I remain indispensable for my organization. I want to continue making the most of my time with my family, because when else will you get a time, so much of time when you're at home with both your elder parents and your younger kids. And I want to continue exploring, pursuing my hobbies a little bit, because I get that little extra time, thanks to no traffic, travel or commuting that is involved. Yeah, so I'm good. And I was like, wow, because couple of days back when I caught up with another friend of mine, the friend had the exact opposite thing to say, because that friend was like, oh my god, I don't know when the situation is going to end. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm fed up of trying to organize meetings in a manner that the maid is not walking across the screen or my child is not howling. I just want to get back to office, and I don't really want to have anything to do with this COVID situation again. So, and while I was talking to them, I also realized how they are coming about when in the conversation. How was their body language? How relaxed are they sounding? Or how stressed out are they sounding? And this leads me to one of the filters that exists, and filters is what we've been discussing these days, the problem state or the desired state. So, in fact, take goal setting from, for example, or take the example of wanting something for yourself. Are you someone who thinks about what can come in the way or what needs to be avoided? Or are you someone who thinks about what is it that can take you towards that? Like again, talking about conversations, I realized that there's something very interesting that my husband does, okay? Because he's currently working out, and expectedly he's having certain foods which not all of us might find tasty, right? Because boiled vegetables, more protein, lean meat, stuff like that. And so I'm like, I notice how he goes about having the food, and always, and I've really noticed since the time he has started pursuing this fitness thing of his, he's like, oh, this is nice. I think a little pepper is doing wonders for it. A dash of lime is really going well with this vegetable. Or do you want to replace this with this? I have never heard him complain about how bland the food is, or the fact that it's a steamed dish and not something which is probably very tasty. And all the conversations that I have shared with you so far, or the instances, all made me feel there's so much of pressure when we use the filter which is useful. And in NLP terms, it is called as a desired state filter. So there are two states of filters. You have the problem state and you have the desired state. So whenever you look at something from a point of view of going towards it, it's called as desired state. Like it's like, I want to be a YouTube star, for example, or I want to have 1 million subscribers, or I really want to understand the subject of NLP deeply through the videos that I'm putting out. They would all be examples of desired state. Now, the beauty about being in the desired state is that they automatically can keep you in an energy, keep you in a space which is nice, which is positive, which is happy, which is fun, which is empowering. Whereas contrast the same thing with the problem state, well, if I were to have, or rather, if my husband were to have the outlook, I don't know when my diet is going to end. I hope my coach, changes my regime soon. I just don't want to eat this kind of food anymore. Imagine the way it would create the situation for him. How like each meal would become a very very tiresome effort. So that's where, friends, what I would request is from a filter's point of view, whenever you set out to do something in life or whenever you are looking at pursuing a goal, see if it's worthwhile and useful to have a desired state and over a problem state. Notice I said desired state over a problem state. Why? Because many of us, when we're talking about a problem state, we say that we must avoid using the word not, which means I won't say don't do this or don't think like this or don't feel this way, because that would be equivalent to saying don't think of a pink elephant or don't think of a kangaroo, because you'll go ahead and do just that. Because you know what, our brain, our mind is not conditioned to receive the no, the not. So always go ahead and share what, or rather create the positive frame of anything for yourself. So rather than saying what I don't want, can I start saying, or can you start saying or thinking or feeling what is it that you truly truly want? So that's one thing that I would like to share through the conversations, which is a big filter that all of us display. Some other examples while I've been having conversations with people. So with regards to lockdown specifically, so there are people who've told me, there are friends who've told me, I love the time I'm getting to spend with my family. So this is a time filter where people are giving a focus to time. Now there are other friends who are telling me, I love the fact that I'm at home, because I have my own den, I have my own space, and I'm just taking this from like the comfort of my home. So these are the people who are exhibiting the place filter. Now there are some others who are exhibiting the what is called as the object filter, where they are like, I don't know when this corona will end. They're always talking about either COVID-19 or vaccination or the vaccine for COVID. So these are people who are displaying the object filter. And then there are two more filters. So we did three. We did the time filter, we did the place filter, we did the object filter, and then there is something called the activity filter. I love the kind of things that I'm getting to do with my family, because I'm having movie nights with them, I'm able to cook with them. So this is an activity filter. And last but not the least, there are friends who tell me that I'm loving the fact that I'm getting to spend time with people who are closest to me, or I love the fact that I'm able to spend time with my partner so much more, or whenever there is a break in my work from home routine, it's nice that I'm able to catch up with a cup of tea with my spouse or with my sibling. So this is a person filter. So why it's so important for us to be aware about these filters is because we all display them. So these are different kinds of filters which we have discussed about today, and you might want to look out for what is the filter that you're able to observe when you're having a conversation with others. Also, are you able to observe what are the filters that you work with, so that you can either match with the other person well, or you can mismatch in a healthy way. We'll talk about match and mismatch in another video, but we'll stick to filters, so don't go anywhere. I'll tell you a little more using this whole lockdown paradigm, how some of us are able to ace it more. So today you understood, right? By having a desired to state, and by focusing on things in a very want over not want format, some of us are clearly acing lockdown. On that note, thank you for watching Slate with Anita. I'll come back to you next Thursday. Please do subscribe without fail right now after this video. Click on the notifications button. And if you want to know more about how to develop these kind of filters which are useful for you, do get in touch with me through any of the contact details that are furnished in this video or on my post content. Thank you. Take care. Bye.